of what radiation detectors picked up in just the 10 days after Chernobyl. All of Western Europe, much of Eastern Europe and Russia covered. There is the New York Times / Reuters graphic put together with information by the U.S. Weather Service, the Department of Energy, and the United Nations. And you see the plume reaching with orange level. Orange level. The highest is red, then orange. It's got a graph of the rads there. In fact, roll down so I can read it, please. I actually have it printed out in front of me. Thank you. Relative levels of radiation. Red being high and dangerous. Orange being somewhat dangerous with long-term exposure. Yellow being moderate increases, but not considered overall to be extremely life-threatening. Now, there you see orange and the darker yellow hitting Southern California with an orange blob right over Los Angeles. Why did the meteorologists say that? Because they've done pollution tests over and over again from the stuff that comes out of Chinese and Japanese coal-powered plants and other systems. And there's been big complaints about the fact that they don't have scrubbers in China. Same jet stream goes over China than Japan. And they're always picking up high levels of lead, arsenic, and other things from the dirty coal plants, hitting and building up. It comes in out of the Pacific and hits those mountains and dumps into L.A. Everybody knows that. There's the New York Times Reuters graphic, an orange dot directly over Los Angeles. And they then show it going on in to the Rockies and over Colorado. I watch the jet stream live time and satellite feeds. We've shown them to you here. And generally, it hits and turns up the coast, running up that mountain range into Canada. So I don't know why they're showing that. To me, it does, but I'm not going to argue with their meteorologists. The point is that, okay, I'm overreacting. You know what? I'll tell you something. Pablo, Guerra, Fuster, I hope that you are 100% right. Please, please be right, sir. I hope I'm wrong. I hope USA Today is wrong. I hope Reuters is wrong. I hope the New York Times is wrong. Okay? The fact is they've been whitewashing how bad this is, and the Pentagon's got readings out to sea. That's why the aircraft carriers raced away Monday when the Mark I Fukushima #3 blew up. Here's another one. I would start a plan to stay out on the other side of the Rockies for a bit. That is west of the Rockies, with that radiation coming in from the east to the west. Look, I don't know what to say at this point. I love my children. I try to do everything I can for them. I don't want them to be gone for 2-3 weeks. But I've looked at maps. Southern Caribbean's the place to be. I don't want to send my wife alone with my children. I've got to try to wrangle up somebody in the family that wants to go with them and chaperone them and help them. I'm going to stay here. And I haven't decided to do this yet. I won't have much time, though. Friday, Saturday, as the first radiation that was limited from Friday hits, they forecast to try to gauge it. But we know what's coming from Saturday and Sunday and Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday and Friday. It just keeps on a-coming. They estimate that for 10 days there was off-gassing from Chernobyl. 1 million people, the New York Times estimates from the UN and the EU monitors, have died from cancers and leukemias associated with this. How will I feel 20 years from now if one or more of my children, and because of the U.S. did 300 above ground, the rest of the country's about 200, it's over 500 combined, according to the encyclopedia, according to Los Alamos Laboratory. Why do you think cancer's gone up so much since then? Because they did that. But a nuke dissipates a lot of its radioactive isotopes. A reactor is far worse. And people are saying, hey, Japan's thousands of miles away. Don't you understand that they've had plants blowing up sky high, 3,000 feet or more, and then drifting tens of thousands of feet on the news, out to sea, smoking now for 6 days towards us? Don't you understand that I told everybody on 9/11, the news said, there's nothing wrong with the dust, it's safe. On 9/12/2001, 9/13, the head of the EPA, Christina Todd Whitman, came out and said the air is safe to breathe. We've done the test. Now, it turned out 3 years later, It got released via lawsuits that they knew it was deadly, that she said, we got to tell people to stay out of here for months. And they said, no, we're opening the schools, we're opening the stock market. And I remember going on air that day and the day after and saying, don't listen to them. You've got to have breathing apparatus, asbestos, lead, mercury, arsenic, all that stuff. And I got laughed at. And I'm being laughed at again. It's so funny to laugh at me. It's so funny to say, I can't see any radiation. It's not going to reach here for the last 6 days. Shut up, Alex. It doesn't come across the Pacific Ocean. Now the media and the government are having to cover their butts, their hind ends, and they're saying, yes, some is going to get here probably tomorrow on the West Coast, coming in Southern California. Is first place it's going to make landfall, but it's not a problem. Here's more Twitter comments. This is by Kittens Tasty. I would leave California. NDNEIDWA, that's Washington. Heck, even the Northeast Coast. Here's Gail says, I'm in Santa Cruz, California, and I would if I could. Here's another one from Don Braxton. 100% yes. I've warned my friends there, and they just laughed. They can't say they weren't warned. Alex, if you are stuck in Los Angeles, what would you recommend? Stay indoors? Stay out of the rain? Absolutely. That's just go search the term. We got a top radiation expert about to join us with normal precautions, but you'd seal up your windows. You'd go ahead now and change today all the filters in your air conditioning system. Not even though it won't be on, still it's coming in from the outside. That's a system that's got off vents to the outside. I would close your doors. When this stuff makes landfall, hope it blows over. Because, see, it's when it's coming in, it's so dangerous. Once it hits the dirt, it gets diluted. You still got a chance of breathing it later, but it's a lot lower chance. It's when it's coming in. You're outside in Southern California when this makes landfall, or on the West Coast, period. It's splattered all over because the winds are blowing to the north, east, southeast, then back to east now. So it's going to be just shooting all over the Pacific towards the United States. If I'm standing here at Fukushima looking out east towards the United States western seaboard and the lower 48, the wind was first going to the north, then it was going straight east, then it was going southeast. It's now been for 2 days back east. And it's just blowing, 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 blowing. We had just smoke going up, full of radiation up into the sky, admitted high levels, but they won't say how high. We've gotten reports from on aircraft carriers that Monday, when Fukushima 1-3 blew up, that the detectors just went off the charts. But the Pentagon's not releasing that. They're not telling us exactly what's coming our way. They're not telling us how to take precautions. They're saying radiation's coming because they know private detectors are going to pick it up. And so they're saying, don't worry about it. Go out, enjoy yourself, have a great day. And yes, if it rains Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, into next week, as long as these things burn, as long as they explode, as long as the meltdowns continue, and they say the big meltdowns could be coming, the total meltdowns of the contained cores, 2 of which have already been breached. They say, who knows what's going on? What they admit is horrible. Ah, it makes me mad to sit here and watch how we've been trained to live in denial. Fluoride's good for you in the water. GMO's good for you. Aspartame's good for you. Corn syrup's good for you. Uranium, plutonium, a little bit of it's good for your bones. You know, I like to glow in the dark.
We all know that Berkey water purification systems are the most trusted name in water filtration. As an authorized Berkey dealer for over 5 years and serving thousands of satisfied customers, the Berkey Guy offers amazing specials for Berkey water filtration systems. The Berkey Light systems include a set of self-sterilizing and recleanable black purification elements that purify water by removing chlorine, pathogenic bacteria, cysts, and parasites to non-detectable levels and remove harmful chemicals such as herbicides and pesticides. Order the Berkey Light system today, complete with 2 black Berkey elements for only $220. And the Berkey Guy will include 3 Sport Berkey water bottles and ship everything to you free of charge. That's right, 3 Sport Berkey water bottles and free shipping. An $87 value, yours free. Call the Berkey Guy at 1-877-886-3653. That's 1-877-886-3653. Or order online at goberkey.com. That's goberkey.com today.
You've been warned. For weeks, we've been warning you about a single event we believe will happen in the next 12 months that will shake the very foundations of our nation. We've told you about the video that details this shocking prediction. So far, over 6 million people have watched this free video online. Have you? Again, this big event has nothing to do with war or the stock market, yet it could change everything about your normal way of life. The way you shop, travel, invest, educate your children, and even how you take care of your health and your family. Could this really happen? Well, the man who created this video has been right about many predictions in his career. He was among the first to predict the collapse of GM, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and America's biggest mall owner, General Growth Properties. In fact, Barron's called his work a dire prophecy. If you haven't taken time to watch this free video, do it right now. You may never think about America the same way again. You can find the free video at endofamerica3.com. Again, that's www.endofamerica3.com. Watch the free video at endofamerica3.com. That's endofamerica3.com. Hi, this is Alex Jones. Did you know that the global elite are now storing non-hybrid seeds in secret storage vaults near the Arctic Circle? Did you know that in a real meltdown, non-hybrid seeds can become more valuable than silver or gold? It's true, seeds have outperformed even gold and silver before in this country, and it's possible that could even happen again. So our friends at Solutions from Science have put together the perfect mix of non-hybrid seeds. They call it a survival seed bank, and it can produce an endless supply of nutrient-dense food for you and your family. And here's the best part. These seeds have not been genetically modified in any way, and you actually get enough seeds to plant a full-acre crisis garden. So visit them today at survivalseedbank.com. That's survivalseedbank.com, or give them a call at 877-327-0365. That's 877-327-0365. Remember, in a real crisis, non-hybrid seeds are the ultimate barter item. This is Alex Jones for survivalseedbank.com.
Eastbound and down, loaded up and trucking. Are we going to do what they say can be done?
The Associated Press has been reporting since last night that NBC reporters, including one of their anchors, has tested positive for radiation. Bloomberg is reporting, and we're going to get this up on Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com, Tokyo passengers trigger U.S. airport detectors. New York Post is reporting radiation detectors at Dallas, Fort Worth, and Chicago O'Hare. Remember, the military's worried about their personnel coming back. This stuff's so radioactive that they're carrying it on them. This is a huge disaster. 600,000 rods blown sky high in every direction on fire. Okay? All blowing out towards us. But they'll tell you everything's fine. Radiation detectors at Dallas, Fort Worth, and Chicago O'Hare airports were triggered when passengers from flights that started in Tokyo passed through customs. The New York Post reported they got nuke detectors in there. Tests at the Dallas-Fort Worth indicated low-level radiation in travelers. Just like the TSA told you, the scanners were low-level. It turns out they lied. USA Today last Friday. Luggage, so passengers' luggage and the aircraft's cabin filtration systems. No passengers were quarantined, the newspaper said. Yeah, we're not going to, they got all these multi-billion-dollar containment systems. They have these public fear-mongering events where they do terror drills and everybody go out and get washed by the scrubbers to get the radiation off of them. But, oh, you actually have radiation? Oh, the plane has it? Oh, your luggage? You go on through with it. We're not going to confiscate your luggage. Do you a favor so you don't kill your kids when you get home with it. Yeah, they'll die a decade from now from it. Go on through with it. Yeah, when there's an actual real threat, what does government do? Nothing. It's all about fear-mongering with things that aren't a threat to train you to do whatever they